Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I have a really fun and kind of different one. I am going to do a makeup video. If you haven't noticed, I'm not wearing any makeup right now. But that's about to change. I feel like recently all of my videos have been fall inspired because I am just the biggest fan of fall and holidays and just all of the fun stuff. So I think I'm going to make this makeup look a fall inspired one. So I'm going to show you guys one of my favorite looks that I do in the fall, all kind of inspired by fall colors and just really beautiful and warm and fresh looking. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the very first thing that I want to start with is a primer. Right now I've been using the Laura Mercier Pure Canvas Primer. I really love this primer because it has a blurring effect. So I'm gonna go ahead and take some of that on my fingers. And I am just going to rub that into my skin. Okay. There's that. The next thing that I want to do, we're just kind of getting all the basics done right now, is take a concealer, which I'm gonna grab. So right now I'm using the Instant Age Rewind, and I love this product because it is drugstore, so it's less expensive, and honestly, this is one of the best concealers I have ever used. Like, I would compare it to Shape Tape. So I really, really like it. So I'm just gonna put some on underneath my eyes, a little bit on my chin because I am kind of breaking out, and then a little bit on my forehead as well. And I'm gonna take my beauty blender and blend. So are you guys doing anything for Halloween this year? Because I am so excited for Halloween. It's one of my favorite holidays, but obviously, like, I don't know how social I want to be for that. I kind of want to throw like a smaller Halloween party just for like me and like my closest friends, because I do want to celebrate and do something fun, but it's just hard because of everything that's going on around. Like, you don't want to do anything that's not smart, so maybe just like a small gathering. I don't know, like, what are you guys doing? Or I guess a night full of scary movies and just like staying at home could be really fun as well. I'm the kind of girl, like, I love Halloween, all things holidays, and I love to celebrate, but definitely gonna have to do that on a small scale this year. So now that my concealer is all blended in, I am going to go ahead and take the foundation that I'm going to use. This is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I really love this foundation, especially during seasons when it's a little bit more dry. And I'm using this because it's supposed to be for fall, even though it's about 95 degrees outside, but I'm just too excited. But I like this for fall because it is more of a luminous finish, and so it just looks really beautiful on the skin and not as dry during the colder weather. So this is really good for that. Even when you lost your way. So now I've got my face on and it's time to set it. So I'm going to take one of my favorite setting powders, and I also really like this because unlike the Giorgio Armani, which is really pretty expensive honestly, this is a lot less expensive because it's by Wet n Wild. I believe it was like maybe $4, and honestly it works really nicely. It is the Photo Focus Translucent Powder. I'm gonna go ahead and take just a little bit of this and set it. And done. So now I do want to warm up my skin because I do get really, really pale in the winter, and honestly I'm pretty pale right now even though it's the summer, but I'm definitely very, very pale in the winter, or fall. Sorry, I mean fall. So I'm gonna take a little bit of my butter bronzer and just warm up my skin. Watching TV, you were the music. Now it's time to do a little contouring. This is one of my favorite contouring kits just because I love the shades that are included. I am going to take this shade right here, and I'm going to use my Sigma F36, and I'm just going to take a little bit of that and brighten up the underneath area of my eye. So it really does do just a great job of brightening it up. Makes the biggest difference. Okay, so now I want to do a little bit of contouring. I'm going to take my, it just says 74, I don't know, this brush, and I'm going to take this middle shade right here and use that for a little bit of contour. You told me the story of
how you met.
So now I'm going to take my Morphe E62 and I'm just going to do a little slight contour of my nose. I just like to kind of go down the bridge just a little bit. Nothing too crazy.
To the altar, and now she's gonna share our family.
Okay, so now for a little bit of blush, I am going to take my Cheek Parade by Benefit, and I am going to take this more of a rosy color, and I'm going to put that on to my cheeks. I think it's a really pretty kind of warm, just fall color, and it's gonna be really flattering with the colors that I use on my eyes. So now I'm going to take my Carly Bible palette and I want to do a little glow, especially since this is meant to be a fall look and it's no longer the summer. That glow needs to be added back with some highlight. So I'm again going to take this more of a rosy color and I'm going to take my Sigma F35, put a little bit of highlight on, and by a little bit I mean a lot because I like to glow. You know, while I'm at it, I'm actually just gonna put a little bit here, a little bit there. I mean, we're just gonna glow today, guys. Woo, yes. I love doing this, putting just a little bit on this part of my shoulders and then my collarbone. I feel like it looks so beautiful. And now it's all over my shirt, but oh well, that's okay. Now I'm very glowy. I hope that's not too much. Also, if you hear any weird sounds in the background, honey is chewing on something. As always, she's always chewing on something. So the next thing that I want to do is fill in my brows. Very, very important. So I'm going to take my dark brown brow pomade by Ulta Beauty, as well as my little Ulta Beauty brow brush. That's a mouthful. Ulta Beauty brow brush. Say that 5 times fast. Anyway, I am going to go ahead and do my brows.
In the madness of New York City. Oh, you found her.
It's crazy the difference. I mean, like, look at this, guys. Just crazy. I always say if I could only choose one makeup product to use for the rest of my life, I would choose brows because it makes the biggest difference in the entire world. And to think, you guys, that brows used to really honestly not be a big deal. I feel like I remember in high school that literally I did all of my makeup except for my brows. And it just like, my eyebrow color is so much lighter than the rest of my hair color, and it just, looking back at pictures, I'm like, ooh, that was bad. I really should have filled in my brows a little bit, because now I really love like the big voluminous look of brows. So they frame your face. Okay, so let's move on to the fun part and do a little eyeshadow. I'm gonna use my Jaclyn Hill palette. Okay, so I'm gonna start by taking this little shade right here. It is Beam. I'm gonna take Beam and just put a little bit on my brow bone. Little beam of light on my brow bone. Okay, so now I'm going to take this shade right here called Obsessed, and I'm gonna put that in pretty much just my inner corner and work it into my outer corner just slightly, not too much, because I'm gonna be doing a different color for my outer corner. But my inner corner, I'm definitely wanting to go a little bit more on the light side. So we're going to put a little bit of that there. So now for the fun part. I am going to put this shade right here. It's kind of like a pinky, orangey. It has more orange in person, but it's called Sissy. And I'm gonna put that kind of in the middle of my eyelid. And I always like to use my fingers to apply my eyeshadow on my lid. I feel like it just works a little bit better, so I'm going to use that. And last but not least, on the lid at least, we're going to use this color on the outer corner, and this one is called Firework. So I'm gonna use that particularly on the outer corner, and I'm gonna kind of work that in. So I'm keeping all of my shimmery eyeshadows on my lid. Beautiful right now, right? No, I'm kidding. It's gonna look better, I promise. So I'm gonna warm it up just a little bit. I'm going to take this shade, I think it's called Roxanne. Now I just think of that rap song every time I hear that. But I am gonna take a big fluffy brush and I'm gonna kind of work this from the inner corner going in just a little bit. And I'm kind of trying to stick with those fall colors, like more of the orangey, reddish tones. But we're gonna do it on a smaller scale, nothing too crazy. And we're going to tone it down in just a moment with a little bit of brown. So bear with me, I know it's looking a little bit wild. Okay, so I want to take a fluffy brush now that doesn't have any product on it, and I just want to smooth the shadow out just a bit. I don't want there to be a harsh line, so we are just going to fluff it out until any harsh lines have faded. So now I'm wanting to take a smaller, more tapered brush, and I'm going to go in a little bit with this red right here. I believe this one is Jack's. I'm going to go in just a little bit, very, very lightly on just strictly the outer corner. We're wanting to use a really light hand because we don't want it to be too intense, and we're going to bring this guy into the crease. Actually, I don't know if I am going to add any brown to this. I feel like this is still really pretty and subtle without the brown being added. Very fall-like. Okay, so now I'm going to do the exact same thing as I just did. Take that big fluffy brush, the one that does not have any product on it, and I'm going to fluff it out just so that there are no harsh lines. Okay, so now for a fun little extra color pop on my lid, I'm going to take my Carly Bible palette. I'm going to take my Carly Bible palette and I'm going to use this reddish shade right here. It has like a hint of gold, which makes it really, really pretty. And I'm going to put that on my lid. Ooh, that is so beautiful. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Man, I forget how pigmented these Carly Bible shades are. These are beautiful. So now I just want to take this dark brown right here and I'm going to use just a little brush like that. And I'm going to put that on my lower lash line.
Even when you lost your...
So real quickly, I'm going to apply some eyeliner, a little bit of mascara, and some more natural looking lashes. The ones that I'm going to use are, let's see, they're called Sultry by Kiss. I really like these. They look a little bit more natural. But I think I'm going to do that all off camera and then I will be right back and we'll finish off the look. Okay guys, so I'm back. I officially have some eyeliner on, a little mascara, and then some more natural looking lashes. And I feel like this look turned out really, really beautiful. I'll do a little close up of the eyes. So now to completely finish it off, I actually talked about this lip gloss in my most recent video. It was about my fall essentials. If you have not seen that video, I will be sure to link it down below so that you can watch it. It's a really just cozy, fun video. But this was one of my fall essentials and I just want to show you guys this color on camera. It's just so beautiful. And it's nothing too wild, crazy. I feel like this is a color that most people would be able to pull off because it is a little bit more on the neutral side, but it's also still pretty warm enough to where it just reminds me of fall. So yeah, that is the finished look. I just love this lip color. I think that it is so beautiful. It's like a more of a rose tint. It's more of a rose color with like a hint of brown. It's warmer, it's very flattering. So overall, I'm very happy with how this look turned out. I am ready to go to dinner, super excited. If you guys enjoyed this video, please subscribe and hit that thumbs up. Usually I do more like home type videos, but I wanted to switch it up a little bit for you guys today. So here is my fall inspired look. All right, you guys, I do upload new videos every Tuesday and Friday. So if you enjoyed this one, make sure to stay tuned for my others. Bye, you guys.